I guess it's going to be a little bit more of a complicated year than the years that we have recently experienced. As we all know, 2021 and 22, they were, for the logistics industry, shipping industry, quite good years. A lot of bottlenecks out there meant that transport capacity was not ready available, and rates went up, generally speaking. 23 has been more difficult, and I think it's fair to guess that and estimate that 2024 will be difficult as well. The global demand for transportation is not what it was, and it's not, at least not growing the way it was. And at the same time, on the shipping side, a lot of capacity, new capacity, is coming on stream. So if we just concentrate on the Unifeeder part of our marine activities in DP World, then it is not a secret that we are very interested in expanding deeper and deeper into Africa. We have in 22 and 23 done quite a lot to enlarge our footprint there and broaden our reach into new markets. And yes, I do believe that we will continue that in 2024 as well. Whether that will be Egypt only or it will be along the coast, I think there's also quite an appetite to do more on the southeastern corner of the African continent. Yeah, but I mean everything in the neighborhood of Tanzania, Mozambique, down that corner, we can make, I think, very interesting construction schedule-wise, network-wise, when we are combining that part of Africa with this part, so Dubai, the Gulf region, but also the west coast of India. I think generally speaking, shipping is an extremely open kind of business, right? It's a super international business as well. And it's a business that actually thrives from the fact that maybe not necessarily so much capacity that it is too much capacity, but that there is a great choice for cargo to be moved via shipping means. It's good for shipping, generally speaking. And it opens up markets to access to shipping lines when we are all out there trying to increase the overall volume, the overall acceptance of shipping. I think that's all. That's, at the end of the day, it's good for all of us. If I can just talk on the shipping part of the DP World Group, then the most of our shipping networks, they are regional networks. We are not a global shipping line. We might be multi-regional and thereby covering a lot of regions across the globe, but we are not a global shipping line. We are mainly an interregional carrier. So therefore the regionalization, the nearshoring, all of those developments, they are actually positive for the way that we run networks on the shipping side, container shipping side. So generally speaking, we have this unique feature of shipping that we have an international governing body called the IMO. There aren't any other industry out there, really, maybe with a few exemptions, but not really, that are under such rules and regulations internationally, like shipping. And while regulations sometimes are burdensome, it is also very strong that you have a business that is regulated across the globe in the same way. It might from time to time be a little bit slow in getting 180 odd countries to agree on something in IMO, but whenever it isn't done, then it's actually a very powerful tool. So that is also going to assist us as an industry to drive the decarbonisation journey, the green journey, because we will simply be, from a regulatory point of view, be forced to do so. And I think that gentle push is only good for the industry, and especially when it's a global regulation. Nobody can carry this amount of cost on their own. Right, and that is undisputably going to be an extra cost. I think there are a number of factors that play a role into the way that cost is being distributed. I think there is absolutely an argument for some kind of carbon taxation. We need to get to a level playing field in a place where those who are taking the blunt moves in towards the green are not punished by being the first movers, and that we actually do force the industry all through taxation to behave in a certain way. On top of that, we obviously, as shipping lines, we need to also take a step forward and say we need to be prepared to take a risk in terms of building the right ships, signing uptake agreements with the producers of the fuel, but it is also eventually for the cargo that wants to be transported to realize that the green transition and getting the ability to produce and sell green products to the customers of our customers, that will only come against an extra cost. But I think we will see that the fleet and the composition of our fleet will be diverse, and you will see different kind of ships, most probably capable of burning different kinds of fuels, increase in our fleet. Not from one day to the other, it's a long process. When you build a ship, right, it kind of sticks with you for a certain period of time, but you will see that transition will start also with the hardware, i.e. the ships. So we have a few, so we have already signed up for a few methanol double engine or dual engine ships coming on steam in a few years from now. I think in the meantime, while we are waiting for some of those, we are adding biofuel to the fuel composition of our existing fleet. We are also working very much with the efficiency of the existing fleet, and then eventually I think that we will see that potentially ammonia will be a candidate for a fuel as well. But the truth is that none of us really know how much of what to which time and which kind of technology will be mature at one point in time. So we need to make sure that we are playing on more horses, so to speak, in this race.